A girl poked her head out of the car window, and she happened to be stared at by a gangster. The girl looked sweet, and the man's heart was pounding. Who is it? He wanted to attract the girl's attention in this way, but he didn't expect to be disliked by the girl. But he didn't give up. He quietly came to the girl's side and put his hand directly on her finger. The rogue's behavior disgusted the girl, but she didn't expect it. Soon in the future, he will also be crazy about a gangster. That night, Barbie accompanied her sister to the party. But in order to date other men, she abandoned herself. Just when she was feeling down, Ah-Che appeared behind her. He warmly greeted Barbie, but Barbie ignored him. His coldness greatly aroused Ah-Che's interest. So he deliberately extended his hand to provoke the girl. Barbie, who was born noble, would naturally not suffer a loss. He picked up the glass and poured it at the man. The girl's impulse instantly angered Ah-Che. He took off his coat and carried Barbie to the pool. No matter how hard the girl struggled, she couldn't escape his clutches. Barbie's pursuer was in bad shape and hurried to call the police. In the end, Ah-Che had to leave. However, his revenge was not over. On the way back, Ah-Che followed his partner. The pursuer's car was smashed to pieces. In the end, he had to stop to check the car. Ah-Che, who caught up with him, stabbed the pursuer. He threatened to pay the price for his act of calling the police. Barbie was shocked by this scene. But in order to save her friend, he still plucked up the courage to hold Ah-Che's neck. But the pursuer, who did not give up, took the opportunity to leave her alone. The abandoned girl was very desperate. She had to ask the passing car for help. But every driver who stopped seemed to have a bad impression of her charming figure. In the end, she could only count on Ah-Che. Let me get on the motorcycle. Come on. Let me get on the motorcycle. Although he is a pervert who likes to molest, he is also a moral person. The girl was so pitiful that he decided to send her home. The girl leaned on his shoulder all the way. She had an indescribable sense of security in her heart. Until she was reluctant to let go of her hand at the door of the house. The next day, in order to participate in her boyfriend's motorcycle race, she lied to her mother that she was spending the night at Barbie's house. At midnight, Barbie's mother called. She said that she would come to pick up Barbie in person. In the morning. In order not to expose the matter, she had to come to the dock to notify Barbie. But she didn't expect to meet the man she hated again here. Do you want to come with me? This is a hot girl sitting behind Ah-Che. She kept provoking Barbie. The fire in the two of them was getting stronger. In order to make Barbie's head turn, she got on the motorcycle behind her. But just as the race was about to end, the police who came to the docks gathered here. Barbie, who was drowning, was crushed by the police. Fortunately, Ah-Che managed to escape this disaster in time. In order not to get Barbie involved in this accident, he hid Barbie. He took the risk of luring the police away. When Ah-Che came back, Barbie's look made him laugh. Her white skin was full of fat. Looking at her pitiful look, Ah-Che had to take off his coat and put it on for her. The cold wind of the night was howling, but it did not extinguish the fire in the girl's heart. She was leaning on the shoulder of the man. This is a temperature she has never felt. Even the look in Ah-Che's eyes did not have the youth of the past. It was more of a delicate and long-lasting affection. The photos of the two of them on the next day were posted on the newspaper headlines. Ah-Che was more bold when he saw the post-production method. While no one in Barbie's house quietly sneaked into her bedroom, he put that photo under Barbie's bed. The place you can see that beautiful face was smiling like a flower. So he dressed himself up exquisitely and started his first date with Ah Che. The deep eyes and wide arms were a little bit of manly charm to break the wall deep inside her heart. The two of them officially established their relationship that night, but it didn't last long. When Barbie came back late at night, she was caught by her mother. She took out the morning newspaper to question her daughter's recent behavior. Barbie never let go. Her mother slapped her hard in anger. After returning to the room, Barbie's mood was very down. But soon the voice of the text message on the phone made her bad mood disappear. She told Ah Che that she had bought a life controlled by her mother and hoped he could take her out for a day. Ah Che said he would take a nap and get up. But the next day he came earlier than Barbie. He took Barbie to an uninhabited beach. They had fun here and enjoyed the sweetness under the sun together. When the girl was tired, Ah Che carried her on his back. He whispered the secret in Ah Che's ear. This was also where his parents often brought him when he was a child. He yearned for everything here, especially the White House by the sea. But now there is no such happy feeling. The happy time was ended by the call from his mother. Although this trip was short, it was the happiest day of Barbie's recent years. After returning home, his mother took a man into her bedroom. That was the son of the rich man upstairs. A few days later, his mother was in a hurry to build a bridge for them. But Barbie already had someone in her heart, so she found an excuse to cancel her mother's arrangement. The next day, Barbie was called to the office by the head teacher. It turned out that the head teacher saw everything when she ran away from home yesterday. She not only reported this to the school, but also to her mother. In order to keep her academic mother, she spent a lot of money. But even so, the head teacher still didn't give up on her. After this incident, her relationship with Ah Che was completely exposed. Her mother was so angry that she grounded her at home. Barbie, who was extremely sad, had to complain to Ah Che. Unfortunately, there was suddenly no sound on the phone. Ah Che. Seeing Ah Che's figure, he was afraid and surprised. After comforting the good girl, he found Barbie's head teacher again. He warned the head teacher not to target Barbie again in the future. But the head teacher didn't eat this at all. Inevitably, Ah Che had to kidnap his beloved dog. On the other hand, Barbie's thought was no longer at home. In order to get out of the door, he had to beg his father. The father saw through the reason he made up. At the same time, he understood his mood. He decided to give his daughter freedom and help his daughter bear the consequences. Looking at the smiling couple downstairs, the father's face was full of thoughts. Before leaving, Ah Che covered Barbie's eyes. After a winding mountain road, the motorcycle stopped in front of a villa. This is the White House that Barbie dreamed of. With the sunset, the two of them danced. At this moment, it seemed that this world belonged only to the two of them. I'm happy. I think I'm happier. No, I'm much happier. I'm here in Barcelona. I'm here in the sky. Yes, I'm much happier. How much? 3 meters above the sky. Extreme sadness made him lose his mind. He hit the motorcycle on the side. Barbie stopped him, but it didn't help. Finally, he turned around and ran out of the crowd. He realized that he and Ah Che were not from the same world at all. No matter how hard he tried, there would be no result. He thought that Ah Che was responsible for all the misfortunes that happened recently. Even the cause of his friend's death was his fault. Ah Che wanted Barbie to stop talking. But he chose the most extreme way when he was walking in the dark since childhood. This slap woke them up. At the same time, it completely broke the heart of the lover. He saw the back of his girlfriend leaving. He also saw the body of his brother being taken away. Ah-Che completely collapsed. When he came home, Barbie was helplessly lying on the bed. He looked at the photo of the two on the roof. He cried so hard that he couldn't breathe. On the other hand, Ah-Che hung himself on the pole. Maybe only after a hard time can he relieve the pain of losing his lover. After experiencing countless times of sad and crying, Barbie deleted all the memories about Ah-Che and accepted the friends that his mother introduced to him. It was raining heavily that night. Ah-Che came to Barbie's apartment and called her to ask for forgiveness. It was Barbie's mother who answered the phone. She didn't tell her daughter any news about Ah-Che. Just when Ah-Che was about to leave, she happened to see Barbie and the man sitting in the car at the party. Barbie also saw Ah-Che in the rain. They couldn't bear to see each other. But there was no possibility of love between them. The love between the two of them remained 3 meters above the sky forever. In the end, Ah-Che sat helplessly at the door of the house. Only heavy rain can cover the tears on the face. Some people say that after watching this movie, they remember their first love. Some acquaintances are destined to remain. All in all, it's good to love.